Good afternoon, y'all. 92 days sober today. It is Friday the 15th. Check out my previous video, the Mike Tyson and Jake Paul fight, your predictions, your thoughts on it, etc. So I got a few good things to talk about. Some good stuff's going on. Um, Last week was kind of a shitty week. This week's a lot better, minus a couple days ago. But it's been a good couple days. I just got off the phone with a CPS caseworker. She is closing the case, so no more CPS involvement. She congratulated me on everything I'm doing, and she's extremely happy to see a positive outcome because she doesn't see that too often. So that's a good thing. Second good thing, I went and saw my counselor yesterday for the first time, did an assessment with her, talked about a few things, talked about peer counseling, which is something I want to get into doing as well. She sent me the link to the training modules to be a peer counselor. I started that this morning. I'm going to continue that after I upload these videos. And then I can apply to be a peer counselor in training and work while I'm in training. So I could still help other people while I'm being trained. Seems like a great path to go. It's more rough around the edges where as a substance abuse disorder counselor, I have to teeter the line of what I can talk about, what I can say. But as a peer counselor, I can just get down and dirty, share my experience with however it relates to whoever I'm helping, etc. So I think that'd be a better path for me to do. Yeah, I met with my sponsor, starting the fourth step. I got the paperwork to do the fourth step. I'll be working on that this weekend as well, so I can move on towards my fifth step, sixth step, etc. And I can have that spiritual awakening that I'm promised by completing the steps outlined in this program. So, things are good. Things are really good. It's a testament that not every day is going to be good, but overall things are going to be okay. People are reaching out to me from my past that I'm getting connections with again, which is great. You just do the next right thing, man, and things happen, and good things happen. Maybe not every day, but for the most part, it's okay. I woke up this morning to a lot of yelling in my house. One of my brothers that's in the wheelchair, and one of the new guys was going at it, man, and all I heard was yelling. I first reaction, get up, put my shoes on. It's just like when you're in jail, if shit's gonna pop off, you put your shoes on. You don't want to get caught slipping or fighting in slippers. So I put my shoes on, went down there, and was like, "What the fuck is going on? Both of y'all are acting like some bitches. Calm the fuck down." Got to the root of it, man. I swear to God, this man was gonna hobble out of his wheelchair and whoop the shit out of this new guy. I had to put a kibosh on that. So it was kind of a rude awakening, having to be mediator, but it was good to be of service and be of some use today to the house and to my brothers. So yeah, today I'm going to read the daily reflection. It's November 15th. I've been slacking on it a little bit. It feels like people don't really want to see this, but you don't have to watch it. Sometimes you can get something good out of it, I hope. So, damn glasses. Okay, November 15th, vital sustenance. Those of us who have come to make regular use of prayer would no more do without it than we would refuse air, food, and sunshine. And for the same reason, when we refuse air, light, or food, the body suffers. And when we turn away from meditation and prayer, we likewise deprive our minds, our emotions, and our intuitions of vitally needed support. That's from the 12 Steps and 12 Traditions, page 97. Step 11 doesn't have to overwhelm me. Conscious contact with God can be as simple as profound as conscious contact with another human being. I can smile, I can listen, I can forgive. Every encounter with another is an opportunity for prayer, for acknowledging God's presence within me. Today I can bring myself a little closer to my higher power. The more I choose to seek the beauty of God's work in other people, the more certain of His presence I will become. I can relate to that a lot. right? Those days that I was struggling, my problems were big while my God was small. I didn't wake up with prayer. I didn't do my readings. I didn't have a grateful heart. Why, I don't know. Um, Today I do, right? Um, Vital sustenance, the prayer meditation I need. I need that in my life because, like the book explains, what I have is a spiritual malady, right? And that's what I need to fix because you just take away the drugs and alcohol, I'm still the same person. So I need that spiritual awakening, that prayer and meditation, that conscious contact with a higher power of my choosing to help guide me in the right direction, right? To help guide my thoughts, actions, my motives, um, my actions, uh, to be righteous and be good. Because without that and left to my own devices, I'm a mess. I'm a control freak. I try to control every aspect of my life, and it fails miserably. Um, I can smile, I can listen, I can forgive. Boy, that forgiveness, I've been practicing that a lot lately. That's not easy all the time. Now, that's why my video was called Practicing Patience or Forgiveness. I will never master forgiveness, but I can practice it in my daily activities with people I encounter that have wronged me or I feel have wronged me. Um, that doesn't take away the urge to want to grab them by the neck and choke them, but I'm able to be grown today enough to not approach it that way. And you know what? To be honest, man, when I forgive that person, it feels like a burden is lifted off my chest. It feels like my heart is more open to good and positive stuff. You know, I can smile today, a genuine smile. I used to walk around and smile, and it was all fake. It wasn't real. I had to force myself to smile. Um, but today, I can smile, which is great. I can listen. I can listen to other people and their problems. I can try to help them. Um, I try not to do too much of the helping. I just try to compare their stuff with what I've gone through and what I did for me, if that makes sense. Um, I choose to seek the beauty of God's work in other people, and the more certain of His presence I will become. You know, I don't like to push. You know, when I run into people in the past or people I used to use with, I don't try to thump them with the AA book or recovery. What I try to do is just be an example of God's work and the miracles of this program, right? So I will. People ask me all the time that used to know me that knew I was a freaking mess. I was a wreck. And they're shocked to see the change today. They're like, how in the hell did you do this? Like, what happened? You just got sober, you know? And I'm like, no, I didn't just get sober. That's not it. That's one of the things I did. The other is I immersed myself in this 12-step program that promises that I will have the spiritual awakening and this conscious contact with a higher power of my understanding that will solve all my problems. Not some of my problems, all of my problems. Um, Now, what defines itself as a problem is a whole different thing. What I think could be a problem may not be a problem because I'll take something little and I'll make a big deal out of it because I don't know any better. Um, I knew chaos. That's what I knew, chaos. Today I'm learning peace, and I'm learning peace through forgiveness, uh, peace through good deeds and esteemable acts. You know, I suffer from a very low self-esteem, and I was told that if I want to have higher self-esteem, I need to do esteemable things. And so that's what I try to practice today. Talking to my counselor yesterday, I said a few things that she stopped and wrote down, and she wants to dive into next time we speak or over the course of our meetings because I told her I was very nervous to chair the meeting I chaired on Wednesday night. And she said, "Well, why were you nervous?" I said, "Because I have very low self-esteem. I'm worried about my teeth, you know, because I'm missing some of my back teeth." Um, I'm worried about my weight. I said I was worried about saying something stupid. And she stops me and she goes, do people tell you that you say stupid things? And I was like, well, no, but, and she was like, so you have no evidence to substantiate the claim that you say stupid things. And I was like, well, I guess you're right, but I feel like I say stupid things. And so she's just, one of those kind of things. And then I talked about how past relationships I've made women I was with crazy. And she was like, how did you make them crazy? And I said, well, maybe crazy wasn't the right word, but our relationships didn't work out because of my actions and, drug seeking behavior and not putting the relationship or my family first and spending all the money and time out, dope hunting. And she corrected me and said, you are not responsible for anybody acting crazy or whatever. You know what I mean? All you can do is take your responsibility for what you've done, but other people and other partners need to take responsibility for what they've done. And if they can't do that or won't do that, there's nothing I can do. You can't force somebody to take accountability. My past relationships, my most recent one, it became toxic, right? And not just because of me. I did some things I wasn't proud of, but there's also a lot that she did that she shouldn't be proud of, but she refused to acknowledge and put the blame. She lived in a false sense of reality. Let's put it that way. Victim mentality, I guess you could say. We were both very controlling. Not too much. I was more of the carefree kind of. She was 15 years older than me, so there's insecurity issues there on her end. Sending locations and pictures and stuff like that. It happened on both ends. Okay, I wasn't perfect either. After a while of getting treated like that, made me start to wonder, well, why do I have to do all this stuff? What are you doing? So it just became we're two unhealthy people trying to have a healthy relationship. And we come from different sides of the tracks. She's a college educated school teacher. I'm a recovering heroin addict, from the streets. So we clashed a lot there. But there's also great times. There's a lot of great times. And, but a couple mistakes that I made, people have a hard time forgiving and letting go, even though some of the actions I did weren't out of malice. It was more or less out of care and concern. You know what I mean? When you're messaging me suicide attempts and calling me, texting me drunk all the time, filling people's heads full of lies, which did quite a bit. But it's fine because everyone that knew us and knew me knew that these were all lies and she was crazy, and they knew not to believe them because they knew the type of person I was. But one thing about me is I own up to my share. I own up to my fuck ups. I take responsibility. So I do that. The good, the bad, and the ugly, I'll be honest about. Because there's a lot of things I've done I'm not proud of. A lot, right? And the only way to fix a problem is to acknowledge that you have it. You cannot fix what you don't think is wrong. You cannot... If you don't think there's nothing to fix, there's nothing to fix. And you have to have a teachable mindset. You have to be willing to learn and take constructive criticism and learn and to how to be a better person. And that's what I try to do today. Am I perfect at it? No, absolutely not. But this program is all about progress rather than perfection. So I'll never be perfect, but I can continue to progress one day at a time. Even if all I've accomplished that day is being sober, that's a win for me. So anyways, I love you guys. I got my 90-day keychain from NA last night. I don't have it on me to show, but I wish I did. I'll show you in my next video. But I love you guys. Thank you for your support. I'm almost there with the watch time hours. Start a playlist. Put a bunch of my videos on your playlist. Play them through on shuffle and on repeat. turn the volume down or whatever. Use an old tablet or an old phone you don't use, or a computer. That would help out tremendously. Then we could do some better, cooler, more entertaining stuff down the road. So I love you guys. Thank you so much for another day keeping me sober. And until next time, you guys have a wonderful day. And I love each and every one of you. If nobody told you yet they love you today, I love you. That was my foot. That wasn't a fart, by the way. Love you guys.